YouTube, what up? It is Coach Wiz. And today we got another reaction video. Today we are reacting to Easy Ed Pickney telling one of Larry Bird's greatest trash talking stories that you probably have never heard. If you're looking for a basketball rim, I am now sponsored by IGL Hoops. Very nice portable basketball rim if you got kids. It's summertime, they want to work on their game, or you just want to have some fun. I have a code in the link. Get 10% off. Let's get to the video, man. Larry Legend. I know, there's another Larry Bird video. So what? Go somewhere else. I got other videos too, though. You can click on the NBA Nostalgia playlist. Run through that. You can click on the Michael Jordan playlist. Run through that. Huh? You can click on the I Hate LeBron playlist. Sorry, LeBron, if people want it. You can click on that. But for my Larry Bird fans, let's get it.
I had to play against Larry Bird. And you know, as a competitor, when you're matched up against someone who's touted as the best, you have pride as an individual player. Right. You're not just going to go into practice and lay down. And this dude used to come into practice every day and go, "Pick, sorry, I got your ass today." And I would be like, "Nah, that's not gonna happen." He'd be like, "Yeah, nah, yes it is. Don't take it personal, but I'm really gonna kick your ass." Oh, and that's how practice.
Yo, Bird was wild. Hey, don't take this personal, but I gotta do this to you today. So this man was like this in practice too, with his own teammates, his own people. Huh?
Would start off, Jay. Right. I would be like, "All right, let's go ahead."
As great as Larry Bird was in the game, it wasn't even close to the.
Real quick, this video is by Prime Larry Bird, probably the best Larry Bird channel on YouTube. I love his content. Y'all go show some support. Go like, comment, subscribe. Get in his comments. Let him know that Coach Wiz sent you.
The things that he did and said in practice. And Ed Pickney, who played for the Boston Celtics alongside Larry Bird, would get to see firsthand, up close and personal, that all of the trash talking stories that he heard about Larry Bird were true.
I mean, he'd go by an opposing team's bench, and and it was never a team that was a bad team. It was always a good team. I can remember a particular game we played against the Clippers, and it was a better than normal year for the Clippers. And sometimes I would get the start, and I would play in the back or in the front court with Bird and with Parrish.
Bird and Pickney will start at the forwards. Of course, Kevin McKay will come in and play.
Pickney was decent.
Pickney at the power forward spot. The Harper went out of bounds and Boston controls. Bird finds Pickney.
Went to Villanova, I believe.
Came off the bench. He was, year in and year out, one of the six men of all time. And we were out there, close game.
And nobody ever remembers Clippers being favored over the Celtics before. Bird with about 3 or 4 takes it off the glass. Bird gets his second field goal of the fourth period, has 23 points. Clippers by 5, 2:20 to go in the ball game. Bird, that's a 2-pointer.
Stop.
Clippers by 3.
Bird is having an okay game, but it's tight in the end.
The man for Boston has been Reggie Lewis off the bench. 28 points, his season high. He was the man who just hit the go-ahead free throws. Charles Smith against McHale. Got Parrish airborne. Smith with a bucket.
Good pump fake.
5.1 seconds remaining. Boston
Good pump fake.
wants and gets a timeout.
Youngsters, work on your shot fake. Make it look like you're actually going to shoot, or actually how you shoot. Don't be just... make it actually look like your jump shot. That's how you sell a pump fake. And you got to show the ball. You need to show the... Let me stop, man.
Oh my, Charles Smith.
Kids don't know nothing.
Took a lot of poise.
Bird tells the coach, I'm going to get the ball in the corner, and I'm going to shoot a three, and the game is over. He told the
opposing team. He's telling them, right.
So I'm sitting there. I'm like, come on. I mean, you hear these stories, but they can't be true. It was like a normal occurrence, Jay. But that was one of my first years on the team. And I'm saying to myself, like, I can't. I mean, the dude just told the opposing team where he was going to shoot the ball from.
Johnson, Parrish, Reggie Lewis,
yeah, tell him that is crazy.
McHale on the floor for the Celtics, trailing by 1 with 5.1 seconds to go.
And just as Larry Bird said, he gets to his spot, but this time, instead of letting Bird get his shot off, he gets double teamed and fouled as he goes up to shoot.
Into Bird. He's fouled with 0.2 of a second remaining.
It looked like a foul.
Attempt. Larry Bird, who shoots at a 92% clip, draws the foul from Charles Smith.
And with 2 free throws to win the game,
the
greatest clutch shooter in NBA history goes to the line and does exactly what everyone expects him to do.
Look at Larry saying to the crowd, come on, yell a little bit louder. Bird shooting 92%. He gets the first. It's tied. This will effectively win the game with 0.2 of a second remaining. Well, I've seen stranger things happen, Bob. You never really know here, but he's got to knock this one in. And does.
Ice
doesn't even
cold
right off the court and into the locker room, and everybody's like,
Boston escapes with a 1-point lead, and the Clippers are yet to defeat Boston in LA since the move from San Diego.
And everybody's like, yeah,
Yo, the music killed me. Yo, that's just cold-blooded, man. No reaction, not getting super hyped, not getting so crazy. It's because when you're that great, and we all show emotion, you feel me? We all do. But when you can be calm and cool in situations like that, it's because you expect these things. You know what I'm saying? He expected to win the game. He expected to make the plays and win the game, period. He expected to knock down those free throws. He wasn't surprised. You know what I mean? He didn't have to run and jump on the announce table and say, I'm the best player. He didn't have to do all that. He already knew what it was. It's tough.
Eddie, he does that all the time. It's that's just what he does. And it was incredible to watch him play and to witness his greatness. Man. It was unbelievable.
There's Bird, came off the baseline screen.
Left floater?
14 now.
And what you saw in the game was nothing compared to what Larry Bird did in practice, according to Quinn Buckner, who won a title with Larry Bird in 1984 and played on the Celtics during some of the greatest years of Larry Bird's career.
When I got to Boston, he was the first person I went to because we're from similar backgrounds. I'm Midwest. He was at Indiana, and I got to watch him in his heyday. And I'm telling you, what you saw in the game wasn't even close to what he did in practice. I'll give you an example, and this is just a small example. Larry, if you're playing,
look how hard he's running.
The ball at the basket and try to the first one to get him in. Larry could literally hit your ball in the air, knock his in the basket, and would do that. If you're about to win, he would do that. He'd hit.
Hold on, man. No. Ain't no way, man. He could hit your ball and make his go in the back. I don't believe it. I don't believe it.
Hit your ball in the air and let your ball knock his in the rim.
Wow. Deflected off your ball.
Off your ball. Yeah. It's incredible. And he did things like that when he just felt like being basically superior because he was good enough that he could do all of those things all the time.
Oh, wait a second. Off the glass.
That check said my name on it for a week now, and I knew I was going to win this thing.
This is how much of a psychological edge that Larry
Bird said my name for a
week.
Week.
Because it wasn't enough to be the best shooter on the team, but Larry Bird had to make sure to talk trash and demoralize you to the point that you would never even think
to
question
shot.
His shooting ability versus anybody in the world.
Look at
and
that.
I'll tell you a crazy story. Mark Polanski, one of my Villanova teammates, would come to Celtic practice. He was a New England guy, and he'd occasionally come to practice.
Okay.
And Mark said to me one day before practice, he said, "Man, I want to just shoot against Larry. You think you think I could do it? Like,
Right,
you think I want to just challenge him in the shooting.
Right.
And Mark Polanski's one of the all-time shooters at Villanova. And I would just tell him, like, Mark, you're not beating Birdie. I'm telling you, don't bother me with this stuff. You're not going to win in the shooting contest. But, I mean, that's how my practices work every day. I mean, it was great to compete against those.
Yo, it's crazy that they was playing in those Converse back then. Like, it's just crazy to think about. Have you ever tried to hoop in some Converse? And then actually wear some decent basketball shoes now? Like, it's crazy.
Those guys can learn what it meant to be like a high-level pro.
Larry Bird was so good that even while at the tail end of his career, he made sure that the young players knew that he was twice as good as any of them. Because when Brian Shaw got to the Celtics and played with Larry Bird from 1988 to 1991, Larry Bird literally challenged him and another young player, Reggie Lewis, to a game of 1-on-2 and 2 NBA players versus one aging Larry Bird. Now that's greatness.
Then when
Larry Bird opens up with a double. Bird over Malone. Bird's 2 out of 3 from the floor. Bird feeling it from outside. He's 3 out of 4. They've all been from the perimeter early in the game.
Kevin McHale was locking Karl Malone up on the other end, and Larry was talking about, yeah, we two bad white boys, ain't we?
That game with Bird and McHale's 2 for 2. McHale. 3 from Larry Bird.
Karl getting torched. Yeah, that's about yeah. Yeah, that's what we got to do. Y'all doing a little too much, man. Huh? Y'all not finna keep taking turns just killing me. No. Let me rough y'all up. This is why I respect the golden era of the NBA. Let me, you know what? Come here, man. Karl said, hey, you know what? Come here, man. Karl got his old jersey. Look at Bird in the background, ready to help his boy. You gotta love it, man. You gotta love it.
Really pounding McHale on that entry pass.
Yeah, get your hands off me, man.
Karl started to get tough with it.
And all because of Larry Bird's trash talk.
Bird. Bird cocked his thumb back in his finger and pointed his finger at Tony Brown and went, oh, got you. When he's feeling good, he talks a little trash.
Well, he's been known to say a little bit while out on the floor.
But believe it or not, Larry Bird's teammates got it even worse in practice. In fact, Larry Bird talked so much trash to Ed Pinckney in practice that he didn't even want to take his kids to go trick-or-treating at Larry Bird's house because he didn't want to hear Larry's mouth. It literally scarred him for life.
Every single day in practice, I had to play against Bird, McHale, and Parrish, legendary Hall of Fame front line. So, like, Chris Ford, because Larry was Larry, would run most of the offense through him.
Right.
So if there was a particular set that didn't go right, he would say, stop, run that back again. And I'd be like, nah, let's keep the play going. He didn't score that time. And Chris Ford would be like, no, we're not looking for that option on the play. We want to get into the second and third part of the option of our play because, they might defend that. And of course, it would go right back to Larry, and Larry would score and talk. This dude, you want to talk about trash?
That's crazy.
Talk so much trash, man. It was unbelievable. I mean, my son, right? They would be like, hey, Dad, let's go trick-or-treating. Come on, we'll go by Parrish's house. We'll go by Bird's house. We'll go by McHale's house. I'd be like, I'm not taking y'all by Larry's house, man. There's no way. I don't want to hear his trash talking. We can go by the other two guys. But, that guy talked more trash and, would back it up. As years have gone on, he sort of gets pushed by the wayside. But, not many people talk about Bird, and I think, that's...
Yeah, I really don't get it. I really don't get it. And I mean, I kind of get it. Like it's a business. The NBA is a business. So, I mean, they're always looking for a new star. They're always looking for somebody to kind of carry the torch. And as time goes on, sadly, people just forget. Now I'm somebody that likes to do my due diligence. I go back in time. I watch film. I watch a lot of the old school basketball as well. Just because I enjoy it. It's more enjoyable now. But also I try to take things that I can use when I'm coaching my players as well. Nowadays it's really watered down. The AAU scene to me has kind of really hurt basketball as a whole. These kids are not learning the fundamentals of the game, the basics of the game. Now it's just, everybody wants to shoot the three, learn these cool moves that a lot of these kids are never even going to be able to do in a actual game anyway. It's just crazy. You know what I mean? So I always like to kind of go back and watch the greats, the old school stuff. You feel me? Like the Larry Bird, the Magic Johnsons, your Kobe's, your Jordans, Isaiah Thomas. I could go on and on and on. You know what I mean? And, just really appreciate it and, just enjoy watching how these guys used to carry that torch, man. But it is sad that Larry Bird does not get the credit he deserves. Larry Bird in 85, 86. You can't name too many players that was better than Larry Bird at his peak. Like, you can't. Like, I don't know, man. My bad. I went on a little rant there. My fault.
That's a disservice.
And whether people continue to talk about Larry Bird or not, he will forever be remembered by all of his teammates because Larry Bird had an unbelievable confidence from day one as a rookie in the NBA. And after all the hype that Larry Bird had coming out of college, he immediately silenced one teammate that was his biggest doubter, Cedric Maxwell, who played on the Boston Celtics from 1977 to 1985
Maxwell.
and won 2 championships alongside Larry Bird. But when Larry arrived as a rookie, Cedric Maxwell got the first glimpse of how great Larry Bird would be in the league in their very...
a lot of the black players, they was, you know what I'm saying? They didn't believe the hype. Let's keep it real. They didn't believe the hype. They didn't. But Larry showed them.
First practice.
When I walk in the first day of camp, them guys were on the floor stretching, and here comes the white savior, here comes this, here comes that. I sort of enjoyed it because I knew I was going to battle them all day.
I was the first guy really to guard Larry. And I remember I was like you. I was a king of the mountain, man. I was averaging about 20 and 10 when Bird got here.
Maxwell has another rebound and another 2 points and a chance for a three-point play. And this crowd loves it.
A lot of good players on those Boston teams.
28 points and 15 rebounds.
So I'm thinking he's coming to this building. I'm looking at him, but we have the first practice. I'm thinking like, this ought to be a piece of cake. Yeah. Guy don't look fast, don't look good. I'm about to do something to him. I'm thinking, he's slow. He can't get off a shot. He's not that strong. This is going to be a layup. Bam. Knocks down a jump shot. Okay. Maybe that was luck. Gets the ball again. Bam. Knocks down another jump shot. Now I'm thinking like, okay, hey, you know what? I'm going to D this guy up. I'm going to show him his life. 20 feet away. Bam. 25 feet away. Bam. My mind just goes to damn, this white guy can play. Boy, I'm telling you what, it changed my opinion about racism in this world. Because I remember he scored the first basket jet on me. But as I proceeded, he kept going further and further and further away.
That's crazy.
By the end of the practice, it finished. The first black person I said, you know what? That fucking white guy can play down there. Then every other person of color would ask me when the Celtics got ready to play, they're like, yo, man, how's this kid Bird? You about to find out.
It's crazy.
After
beautiful, man. Beautiful. Whoa. One video at a time. That is it for today, man. I really appreciate y'all rocking with me. Let me know what y'all want to see next. Probably this week, I'm going to focus on a lot of Larry Bird, a lot of Michael Jordan, a lot of Kobe Bryant content. I'm sorry, I am. know what I'm saying? I got to get back in the algorithm to be algorithming. You feel me? Because I haven't been as consistent as normally, so I'm trying to get back into the groove of things. But yeah, man, let me know what y'all want to see next. Y'all got any requests, any suggestions, anything like that? Let me know. Do you guys want to see some like game footage, or do y'all want me to kind of focus in on the stories? Drop that in the comments for me. I really appreciate y'all, man, supporting the channel. I am Coach Wiz.